traders from across the globe, and welcome to the 783rd installment of Short-Term Trading Live with Oscar. My name is Oscar Carboni, and I've come live out of the pits direct to you. The pits down on Wall Street, where I spent most of my trading career, and I learned a huge amount of tips, tricks, and techniques that I share with you, OMNI, in each and every one of my nightly videos, and I hope tonight's works as well. Traders, this video is being filmed on Monday night for Trading Tuesday. That is October 11th, 2011. What do we have on the board? A green OMNI, again a green OMNI. Wow, could you imagine? Traders, in our last video, we discussed a bunch of things, and we talked about how that repetitive pattern was taking us towards the upside. Well, as we know, futures trading is extremely risky and can cause substantial financial loss, and not every set of analysis is going to work properly. And we know that futures trading is not suitable for every trading account. If you do not have risk capital to lose, if you do not recognize that a protective stop is your best friend, you probably shouldn't be trading futures. But for you cowboys out there, remember, analysis isn't always going to be perfect, but it's pretty close to it if you read the charts correctly. Now, what's on the board for the Tuesday video, Monday night for Tuesday? Well, first we're going to step back to Monday's trading, and we are going to revisit the swing that never was, or the swing that never swung, as I like to say. The swing that never swung. Traders, we went after swing days in the NASDAQ, the S&P, and in the dollar index, and in the euro currency, and none of the swing days worked on Monday. Every one of the swing days that we took was stopped out. Now, traders, one of the things that you know about swing days is this: they're very highly accurate and accountable, and if you trade them properly, and you trade the swing day every time one sets up, you will get the overall winning percentage out of the swing day pattern. You cannot pick and choose. I see a swing, I like it. I see one, I don't like it. I see one, I like it. I see one, I don't like it. You'll never get consistency out of it. So when you see a swing day, you take the swing day every time, and overall you get consistency. It so happens Monday's swing days did not work. So, boo! Monday's swing day didn't work. However, that does not mean that you should even hesitate the next time you see a swing day. First of all, think of this: swing day works, a swing day works, a swing day works, then one doesn't, a swing day works, a swing day works, a swing day works, a swing day works. The one that doesn't, big deal. All it tells me is, all right, we got the swing day loser out of our fingers. Next swing day wins. So go with those swing day formations, even though yesterday the swing never really swung. That was Trading Monday. I'm going to show you the charts that illustrate the swing days, that illustrate why it was prudent to take the trade, but they just did not work. I promised you, OMNI, I would do a class on Monday if the swing days didn't work, to see why they didn't. Instead, we're going to do it right here live on this show. So I'll make sure that I show you the charts that I used on Sunday night for Monday to identify the swing days, even though they didn't work. Traders, once again, I am here to say this: do not hesitate if you see a swing day tomorrow. Swing days work so well. Every now and then you're going to take a loss on a swing day, but swing days make it simple for us. We don't have to think. The swing day has specific rules: where to buy, where to sell, where to place to stop, without thinking. I love when swing days come around, and usually they work. So keep your confidence in swing days. I don't want to hear from any of you that you're going to pick and choose the next swing day. You've seen about 12 in a row work. One doesn't. Big deal. Let's move on. Traders, what else is on the board? For trading on Tuesday, I have a question on this board. Have the big bear flags morphed into an apex breakout pattern, or apex breakout patterns across the U.S. indices? Traders, you may recall a couple of videos ago I put a chart in front of you of the S&P, and I said, listen, I know we're in bear flags, but I'm starting to see an apex forming, and we're going to continue to hunt it down and see if that's what these bear flags are morphing into. Now I can say this, thank you Omni, trading through that whole 10-day period that we've been watching the apex, we've had one day where the market did not go in Omni's direction. That's pretty darn good, traders. I'm talking about just the time that we've been either in the bear flag or what's morphing into an apex. The whole time we've been in here, Omni has nailed the top and bottom of every bit of it. It was wrong once so far inside of this bit of action that we've had for the last 10 days. And I'll tell you what, if you go back and look at the Omni Rex, they have been insanely accurate for the last 40, 50 days with a loss every here and there. So look, swing days didn't work yesterday. The analysis was bang up dead on. I did it 3 times to make sure I had it right. The swing didn't work. They don't always work, but that's that. And now let's move to what's happening today. The bear flags have morphed into apex breakout patterns. There are some question marks here because we need another day to prove that that's what happened. And with no further ado, traders, let me take you to show you some charts. We're going to look at the swing days that never swung. And then we're going to look at the bear flag morphing into the apex breakout pattern towards the upside. With no further ado, let's go look at some charts. Okay, traders, let's look at Sunday night's analysis for Monday, the swing that never swung. If you know what a swing day looks like, you couldn't ask for a more picture-perfect swing day than the one sitting right before your eyes in the dollar index. This is exactly what the swing day setup is, and this is what you'd expect on day 3. So we had day 1 and day 2, a perfect-looking swing with the settlement all the way up here. I mean, it's just perfect. What should happen next is you should get a bar like this, and instead, here's what we got on Monday. It went straight down like all the way to here. A completely failed swing day. Look at this one. A swing day just like that, right? It went down, made a tail, came back up, settled by the highs. The next day, it came down to just about the day before's low and rallied. Perfect. Same thing with just about any swing day you will find on most charts. That's what this would represent, but it did not happen on Monday. Now here is what's interesting. If there's a bullish swing day in the dollar, that would make it bearish swing day for euro currency, right? Well, there it is. It's a perfect swing day on the bear side for euro currency. Traders, you could not ask for a more picture-perfect swing day to call for the downside. And instead of doing what it should have done, it went gangbusters towards the upside and just exploded. Failed swing day. The swing that never swung. But we're not finished. So that told me I had a bullish swing day dollar, bearish swing day euro currency. That means I can sell euro currency and I can sell indices. Why? Because if euro currency is going down and dollars going up, indices should be going down. What do we have? Sunday night into Monday, there is a swing day in the Dow. It's a great setup, and there is the settlement towards the bottom. What you'd expect is this, and instead we got that. Swing day failed. There's more. Traders, there were swing days everywhere. I cannot believe they didn't work on Monday. Look at the swing day in the E-mini S&P. That is a picture-perfect swing. Now let's look at this. Swing day towards the upside works perfectly. Swing day towards the upside works. Swing day towards the upside works. A swing day, doesn't matter if it's upside or down. Swing day towards the downside works perfectly. Here's your swing day. Boom, look at the big drop, almost exactly to the high the day before. That swing day worked. So worked. This one failed. Does that mean swing days do not work? No, they work very well. They just don't work 100% of the time because nothing does in technical analysis. But looking at this, it's working 90% of the times, right? Looking at this chart, that's a pretty high percentage. Do not count out your swing days, even though this one did go up and failed to work. Look again, traders, the Russell. Look at this swing day in the Russell left on Sunday for Monday. It was perfect, and instead it went up. A failed swing day. The last one worked. The one before it worked. This is a downside swing day, and it worked perfectly. This is an upside swing day. It worked perfectly. Here's another downside swing day, and it worked. Here's an another downside swing day, and it failed to work. We went up. But look at how many times it would have worked. Swing days work really, really well. So what? We got faked out once. We would take the next one without even thinking. Traders, the transportation average, the last swing day I will show you, this was all the setup on Sunday night for Trading Monday. The tranny, the leader of them all, has a big old swing day sitting here with a nice big old wick right there. And you would have expected the drop. Instead of the drop, we got a major rally, failed swing day. But look, worked. One here I didn't even point out to you worked. The swing days worked really well. Make sure that you use the swing day the next time you see one. So this gets rid of Monday's mess where we called the swing day and it did not work, right? So here we are now. Let's go to what we expect for Tuesday. Traders, this was the big bear flag in the S&P, but as I mentioned, does anybody remember this chart, by the way? Yes. Does anyone here remember this chart?
Yeah.
This chart I put out before your eyes back here the first day we got down below this apex. So, none of this exists. And I put this chart out before your eyes and I said, traders, I know that if you look at this chart, we're in a big bear flag, right? And that's what everybody was looking at. But I said I'm starting to see signals that this may be an apex with a 65% false breakout. When you get to the 75% mark, you should blow out. The 75% mark is tomorrow. How about that? Or I should say is today. It's Tuesday, the day this video is being filmed for. It is Monday night while I'm speaking. This I expect on Tuesday. So, it turns out that so far this is the 65% false breakout area. And this has morphed into what looks to be an apex. And instead of the downside flags, you erase the blue, you look at the red, you expect a blowout through the 75% area of your apex. Why? Because you got through the 50% mark. Let me show you. Here's your apex from here to here. So you break it down, 25, 50, 75, 100, 4 quadrants. Once you get past the 50% quadrant, you'd expect a breakdown, falls, get back in, break out at the 75% area, and continue on. That's what looks like is starting to happen in the S&P. Traders, there's only one day so far that we got caught in this whole mess, and it was Monday when we called the swing day. Otherwise, Omni has nailed this entire move, almost high to low, almost every day. OMNIX, come on down to the site. Ask anyone that's been following. The Omni has been all over this whole apex. Now the Omni thinks it's been right. Let's look at one more chart. Dow Jones Industrial Average. This is that very same chart. Used to be a big bear flag. Is telling us now that instead it's simply a huge apex that had the 65% false breakout, and we should be breaking out up here. Traders, pull your own charts, do your own homework. Only one thing I want you to remember. You see this average right here? This is the 200 bar moving average on the NASDAQ. That moving average is right here. I mean, right here where we are on the NASDAQ, right at NASDAQ's highs on Monday. If in fact NASDAQ fails at the 200, it failed it here last time and went all the way to here. We came right back up to where it fell just a week or so ago, and we're testing it now. That's about the last hurdle. If you can get past the 200 bar moving average on the NQ tomorrow on the upside, you can confirm that that's an apex with a breakout towards the upside. So, traders, you've seen the charts. There is my technical argument for why we have the green Omni on the board for Trading Tuesday. And traders, listen, do not discount that apex being a breakout. This is something that we all discussed 10 days ago and knew we should be following this. You Omniacs know I never lose sight of the larger picture. That's been in my mind day after day. And now I can stand back literally and look at the transportation average, the industrial average, the Russell, the NASDAQ, the emini S&P, and I can see that apex in every one of them. Will it turn out to be the apex? I think it will. We're getting long for it. Will it work? Well, you know what? We'll have our stops in case it doesn't, because we all do know that we've been mired in those big bear flags. But we were in the flags. We had a bit of a breakdown, which turns out to very likely just be the breakdown for the false breakout of the apex. But maybe that was a flag, and maybe this is all the flag wanted to give us before the rally. Either of those two scenarios are bullish for Tuesday. So are we. At least on the beginning of Tuesday, our stops will be in case it starts to tumble. And because of the NASDAQ, remember that NASDAQ at the 200 bar moving average, it's got a high, it went up, hit the 200 bar, came all the way down, went back up, and touched the 200 bar yesterday, right at the same spot, traders. If you fail here, it is a breakdown. I don't think that's what's going to happen. We'll keep our eyes on it, but I think the apex that we've been hunting down for the last 10 days has morphed into what we think it is. So that's why we got the green arrow on the board. That's why we start off with the indices on the upside, and then we'll see what happens. Traders, pull your own charts, do your own homework. Never listen to anybody else's opinion unless it matches your own, or you come and learn how to do the analysis correctly. Come on down to my site. It's livewithoscar.com. Do not trade alone. Come into my trading rooms where I can help you read the charts better, which should in turn make you a better trader. I hope being a better analyst would make you a better trader. I could certainly make you a better analyst. The trader inside of each one of us, that's a different story, you know what I mean? Some guys got a little baby in them, some guys got a lion in them. I can't help you there, but I can make you a much better analyst and see if you're a lamb or a lion yourselves. Traders, make sure you come on down to my site, livewithoscar.com, and I'll see you in the markets. Now, what is today? Tuesday, right? No news came out on Monday. We got some nonsense coming out tomorrow morning, but who cares what the news is or the fundamentals, because they're almost always in the charts first. We do have this, as we've been discussing for 2 straight years, maybe 2.5 years. We do know that Europe failed to act 2.5 years ago when they should have. They're acting now. That's why they're behind us in our recovery. That's why Europe is the drain on us. There were videos, I can't tell you how many, about this very same situation. The OMNI seen it coming. Here it is. I would not worry about it. I say Europe cleans up their mess, and together we go higher. So we take this one day at a time, and that's a bigger, larger picture, of course. I don't think Europe cleans up its mess by tomorrow. But we do expect Europe to clean up its mess. The banks now are starting to get the help that they should have gotten 2.5 years ago. It should have happened when we did ours, but that's okay. Let them do what they got to do to get their houses in order over there, and then we'll enjoy a nice fat rally, hopefully for the end of this year and into 2012. All right, traders, remember to keep your emotions out of trading. One of the best things you can do to help yourselves with that is say this to yourselves every morning, every afternoon, every evening, and you know what that is. Stops are in! I like that, boys. Emotions are out! Yeah. Thanks for watching. Futures trading is risky and can cause substantial financial loss. We do not claim or guarantee that you will profit from the information provided.